What's up, MPX Addicts? This is Jay Williams, your hashtag certified mark, here with my co-host,
the voice of the MPX Addicts, Kyle Smith. And what a show did we have tonight?
Oh, geez. And you know what? We got a question finally answered. One I've been asking, one you've been asking, and one I'm sure Sky De La Cremosa has been asking himself.
Yeah.
As, well, he seems to have inserted himself into the title picture, and that was after an incredible match.
And like I've always said, what I enjoy most about our MPX athletes is the fact that they make a name for themselves. They don't, some you have to sit there and wait for the opportunities. The others sit there and take it, and that's exactly what Sky did.
And you know what? It was just an incredible night, an incredible show, and this is the MPX Mainline, where we're going to talk all about it.
Oh, it's Saturday night. A break for the wicked on the weekend. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night. Swear to God, I ain't never gonna repent. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night.
So for the first match of the night, we got to see the star of the show come in, and Jackson Stone was supposed to be taking on the bear fighter Dmitry Alexandrov, but unfortunately, card is always subject to change. But instead, stepping up to the plate was Dimitri's longtime partner, the Party Viking, Tyler Jett.
Yes. And I mean, yeah, I'm disappointed in Dimitri. I hope he gets better. He injured his neck over the week. He's going to take a couple weeks off, maybe a month. He'll be back. But, I mean, we got Jackson Stone, everybody, and he took on Tyler Jett, the Party Viking. And, well, even before that, we were going to get treated to Jackson just talking to us for 30 minutes. Who would not want that? I know I do. Jackson's got so many stories to tell.
There were some of the MPX addicts who weren't all that into it, and obviously Tyler Jett wasn't into it either, coming out and interrupting him. But we got a heck of a match. A match that, is like some people are sleeping on Tyler Jett still after all this time. But he came out and he showed that he can stand in the ring toe-to-toe with the star of the show and make a name for himself on it, too.
He can, and that's one of the things I've always said. I love Tyler Jett. He reminds me of one of my favorite wrestlers. He throws the elbows. He's got great kicks. He's at good speed. Tyler Jett is amazing, but he made the mistake. He interrupted Jackson Stone time. And you don't interrupt Jackson Stone time.
True, and he unfortunately paid for that with, Jackson Stone coming out the winner. And Jackson was going to, resume his monologue for the night.
And it only got better because at first everyone's like, oh, Jamie Aller's going to stop him. No. Jamie Aller wanted to join him. We were going to get an hour of Jamie and Jackson time, and it would have been lovely. But no, the MPX addicts ruin it like they ruin everything. And then Jamie has to sit there and do what's right for the addicts, and that's give Jackson a title shot, though.
Oh, yes, and we're going to see it. What was it? June
29th.
June 29th, we will see the star of the show take on the match of the night.
Maybe. If it depends if he can retain that title. I believe Mr. Match of the Night can retain that title all the way to the 29th. But we'll see what happens.
But you know what? Jamie Aller has faith in Mr. Match of the Night, and I have faith in Mr. Match of the Night, Ryan Remington as well. So we'll probably get to see that epic matchup. For the second match, we actually got a rematch of sorts as Menage a Trois defended their titles again against El Sapo and Brock Hopper. And, I was wondering whether this was going to be that magic number, that magic attempt in which the animals would be able to take it and Menage a Trois would finally lose all the gold.
Why do they have a title shot? They haven't done anything. Why do they get random? Why do they get a tag title rematch? Where's Team Action's title rematch? Where's the Impact Players rematch? Why are a penguin and a frog, who didn't win to begin with, getting a rematch?
Well, you know what? They tried to come together a lot more, but unfortunately, Menage a Trois is... Okay, I'll just go ahead and say it. They're craftier. I guess you could say they are a bit smarter.
Exactly, and that's the thing. We have an animal problem here in MPX. We've got penguins and frogs running around. Menage a Trois is going to get rid of them. They did tonight. Hopefully they don't get, who knows? They're just randomly going to walk in and get another tag title shot. Hey, Brock Hopper wants a world title shot. Go ahead and give him the MPX title shot. He hadn't done anything for it. About the same thing he did for the tag title.
You know, they got, hey, well, Kyle. Unfortunately, Menage a Trois did keep their titles tonight, and we'll see what goes on next time. Can anybody actually beat Menage a Trois? Are you okay now?
I'm sorry. I have 3 top hates. Clowns, which you know.
Yeah.
Animals, which you found out.
Yep.
Children. I hate children.
And yet you're worried about the clowns stealing children. I figured you'd want them to cancel themselves out.
And that's kind of the downfall. It's like, oh, I do, but then after all the children are gone, he's coming after us.
True. I guess you're worried about that. But going on, our next match was Jason Silver taking on Brawler. I don't know. I didn't even catch his last name. The Brawler. He's, he was a decent match, but Jason Silver with that mask is just, he's in charge now. He's, back on track. He's working his way back to the top.
That's an omen. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
Yeah, that's an omen. Something's going to happen. But I mean, again, like you were saying, Jason Silver came in. He is the standard bearer. He is the unofficial Mr. MPX. He comes in. He welcomed the new guy, Brawler, and hey, we saw what happens when you come in the MPX and you're not fully prepared. You're going to run into Jason Silver.
And Jason's working on that, coming back to the top. We'll see how that goes. And wrestling fans, I am more than a little excited to talk about this next match. It was a star-studded fatal 4-way match for the MPX Addicts Championship, in which we saw Stephen Kirby, our Addicts champion, taking on Frankie Fisher, Mr. MPX himself, taking on Dave Sagan, the Solution, Hail Sagan, and Wesley Crane.
Yes.
And wow, this match was exciting. It started out exciting. It ended exciting. The whole thing was just...
I mean, it is. It's like we said, the MPX Addicts title, it has become... It's become its own thing. I mean, this Addicts title, these champions that have had it, Dave Sagan, Ryan Remington, Stephen Kirby, they're taking that upon themselves to make that one of the most important titles here. It used to be an afterthought. It used to be a Friday night show title, and now it's not. Now this title, it's in some cases to certain wrestlers, I think Dave Sagan more importantly, it means more than the MPX title itself. And these 4 men did not disappoint in the action, from Wesley Crane and Stephen Kirby's beginnings to the match itself, everything. Fisher. I mean, we started off the match hitting with 4 finishers.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
No, it's just, that was one heck of a way to start. I was wondering where they could have gone from there, and they just proved that they can go wherever they want to. And honestly, if this had ended in any way other than the way it ended, I still would have loved this match.
Exactly, and we had talked about it on our podcast, MPX Radio. You can listen on Spotify and iTunes podcasts, that any 4 of these men were deserving of this belt and could have easily walked away with it. But Stephen Kirby, being the fighting champion he is, and being the smart veteran in this match, overcame the odds.
He did, and he retained, and he is still our MPX Addicts champion.
But I mean, that ending with that handshake, he extended his hand to Fisher. Fisher didn't take that handshake.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on.
We'll see what happens.
I hope the Flying Jackass isn't gonna, fall apart. And as we came back from intermission, ladies and gentlemen, oh, wow, we had a high-octane athletic match between StarTech, Kiefer Bartek, and the Tommy Becker.
I mean, again, plug for the MPX Radio. We had talked about that. We had talked about it was going to be one of the most athletic showcases in a different way for Tommy Becker and also for Kiefer Bartek. And they did not disappoint. The athleticism these 2 men possess and that they're capable of in the ring is amazing for 2 young men like them. It's incredible things they can do. And the thing that I think impressed me the most is there was a lot of things, but Tommy kicking out of that spear, the spear that put Big Fitz down, it was incredible.
And in the end, Tommy Becker came out on top, actually, basically, I guess you could say, getting revenge for Big Fitz after the last time, in which, MPX comes out on top on that one. But still, it was an amazing match to watch.
It is.
And if you missed it, what were you doing?
Seriously, and you got to check it out on the network when it comes out, because the match seriously did not disappoint. And again, we just recently saw Kiefer. I want to see Kiefer more. I hope Kiefer keeps coming back. It's amazing.
Bring Cam and Rachel with you. We need the Cool versus Impact players again.
The Cool would be great. That would be a great thing to see, them versus Impact. That's a dream match of ours right now.
And, of course, we have the match that was advertised weeks ago and was just something we were all excited to see as Keira Hogan came to Metroplex Wrestling and it looked like she was going to be here trying to make sure that she's the top woman anywhere she goes. But, of course, if you're going to try and be a top woman here at Metroplex Wrestling, you got to go through Baby D first.
Yeah, and going through Baby D is no easy task. As we saw, these two women, for what they could and what they did, put on a great show until, well, somebody wanted to insert himself to make it a menage a trois, so to speak.
Menage a trois, sticking their nose in where it really doesn't belong, in my opinion, came in and they tried to help Keira out by taking out Baby D while having the ref distracted. But Keira was having none of it. She went and she attacked Menage a trois, causing them to, basically retaliate. And out comes Phoebe to save the day. They just basically almost eliminated Menage a Trois right then and there.
Yeah.
And then out comes Jamie Aller.
Yep.
And, it's like, I got to say, now that's creative. Because he comes out and he channels his inner Teddy Long and makes it a 6-person tag match.
Yes. And that's the thing. Because like I've always said, even when people didn't believe me, because, again, I'm always right, and I'm the voice of the MPX Addicts, Aller is good for us. Aller always does what's right for us. And what did he do? He turned what was going to be pretty much a DQ match. We weren't going to see Keira Hogan before, 5 minutes? He's like, no. We're going to fix that. So it was 3-on-3. We had Fun and Sexy, Phoebe and Baby D teaming up with Keira Hogan, who fit in so well with them.
It was such a perfect team up. They ran a train on Menage a Trois like you wouldn't believe. They just butts in faces everywhere, feet in faces everywhere. It was just body parts all over the place. Menage a Trois didn't know what to do, and they could not take this kind of a three-way because I don't even know what you would call something bigger than a Menage a Trois.
I mean, that's the thing. Usually, Loverboy Larry alone can handle 3 women. He had CJ and Tatum with them. I mean, honestly, maybe they needed Lizzie with them. Maybe they needed Lizzie's help tonight.
True, but she unfortunately wasn't here.
Yeah.
And the ladies, Fun and Sexy and Keira Hogan, came out on top of Menage a Trois. And it's
Fun and Sexy on fire.
Oh, yeah. Fun and Sexy on fire. I like that one. And it's,
I'm a genius, all right?
Hi there.
Hi. You didn't come.
Okay.
Richard distracted you. I'm sorry.
And welcome back, MPX Addicts. We have with us
are we filming?
none other than head of creative himself, Jamie Aller. Welcome back, Mr. Aller. How are you doing tonight?
You can let me know we're recording. That's cool.
I said hit record.
I'm sorry. I didn't
Pay
know.
attention, man.
I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry. The MPX has the crowd has me in a funk tonight. All right. I'm sorry.
Why does the crowd have you in a funk tonight?
Just bad. Security needs to watch the kids a little more. We've got people who are not showing our champion respect. That bothered me.
Okay, hold on. You're making a lot of gripes right now that I feel like I'm being personally attacked.
Oh, no, not at all. You did nothing wrong. You put on a great show. I just feel the fans did not appreciate this main event the way they should have, or appreciate our champion the way they should have.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm going to defend the Addicts for once, because I didn't do a good job tonight. Okay? I promised Brent McKenzie a title shot. I promised a one-on-one opportunity for the MPX Championship. The problem is when you have a guy like Super Tex Brent McKenzie that the fans are behind and that the fans do support, but then you've got Ryan Remington, the match of the night, the MPX champion, right? The man has got the people behind him finally because they recognize the talent that he is, like I said he was from the very beginning, right? So you've got these two guys. What are the fans supposed to do? What are the MPX addicts supposed to do? They're not going to choose. So what they're going to do is they're going to sit and they're going to show respect and they're going to watch while two guys struggle for the biggest prize this company has to offer, right? They're going to go at it. They're going to fight. And that's what happened. Brent McKenzie did everything in his power to take out Ryan Remington, but Ryan Remington is on a roll like I've never seen before. Brent talks about being the longest champion, the longest reigning champion, 25 straight title defenses. Brent McKenzie, you were the most dominant champion that this company has to offer. But the problem is now you've come across Ryan Remington, and Ryan Remington has something that unfortunately Brent McKenzie doesn't. He has youth on his side.
Yep.
Right? Unfortunately, Brent McKenzie has suffered injury after injury after injury, and it's taken a toll on him. So he wasn't able to put his best foot forward tonight. If we had 100% Brent McKenzie versus 100% Ryan Remington, I don't know how that would have gone.
No, I mean, that's fair. And like you said, it's not only the youth. Ryan has the momentum as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ryan's got all this momentum behind him.
It's huge. And so I don't think you should be hard on the Addicts tonight because I don't think they were in a position where they could pick who they wanted. So what they did is they sat back and they let them fight it out. And in the end, the man who is so good, who is larger than life, and who is the match of the night came out victorious. So I feel like I've already done your job for the main event segment. So I don't know how this whole thing goes, but you know,
I do have one thing real quick since we were talking about momentum and we saw what happened. Lights go out, Sky comes out. What's going on there?
So there's a phrase, a cliche, right? Give somebody an inch, they take a mile, right? And that's what happened. Sky De La Cremosa has been giving an opportunity. I like Sky. I think Sky is a hell of a talent. He has a niche. Yep. He has that hardcore niche that nobody can seem to top him on, right?
No.
But what happens is you let somebody in that you can't trust. You let somebody in that's a wild card. Sky promotes excessive violence. So Sky wants to pick a fight with the MPX champion. As head of creative, I need to curve my emotions a little bit, right? But here's the deal, Sky. You want to take a shot at the MPX champion. You want to bite off more than you can chew. Well, I will be more than happy to make that happen. Ryan Remington will be more than happy to make that happen. Sky, you want to get a little crazy? I saw you. You were all around tonight, and then the lights went out, and you took your shot. Seems to be the way things go around here. Is everybody wants to take their shot when it's right for them? Well, I tell you what, one-on-one in a straight-up wrestling match, you don't stand a chance. So you better be careful what you wish for, Sky. Because if you go one-on-one with Ryan Remington, he's going to put you down just like he's put everyone else down. You should have stayed in your lane. You should have stayed in the land of hardcore. Now, you want to graduate? Don't worry. Ryan Remington will be ready. And the outcome of that will be just like every single other when Ryan Remington defends the MPX championship. It's just like when they were the tag team champions. I said it every time. You step into the ring. Think about this, right? Let's go back and let's talk about the formation of the Impact players in October of 2017. If you think about all the matches that these guys have had, I bet they've had more title matches than they've had non-title matches.
That is fair to say. They've had more title matches. They've defended more titles. They have taken on the top talent, not only in MPX, but the talent that you bring in the MPX. That's the one thing I like about you is you have been kind of impartial, but you've also pushed your boys. You have pushed them. That match with Shane Strickland and Ryan Remington is still being talked about.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what I've got to do that for them. I've got to do that for the MPX addicts. I mean, that's my job, and I feel like I'm doing it really well, and I also feel like I can do his job really well because he hasn't talked in this entire segment, which you're welcome, by the way.
Our viewers will be amazing because of it.
But as I head out, I want to challenge you. Go back and do research on every single match that Tommy Becker and Ryan Remington have been in since they've been together and tell me what the quantity is of title matches versus non-title matches. And let's talk about that on MPX Radio this week. How about that?
Okay. That sounds like a good subject to cover.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do it, you let me know.
Yes, sir. Will do.
I will ban you from this show, and you'll have to watch the curtain, like this little bitty hole right here. There's one. I see where it is. See where it is? There's not a hole. You're stupid.
Do you get to become my co-host, or do I just do it by myself?
We'll see how it goes.
Okay, cool.
I'm still going to be out here.
No, he said banned. You're banned. You're not allowed in premises. Banned. That's what a ban is. Not allowed on premises.
Thanks for watching MPX Addicts, and that was the MPX Mainline for MPX is Catching Fire, and oh boy, was it on fire tonight.
Muy caliente.
Oh yeah, and you know what? You can catch everything that you saw tonight on the network at network.mpxwrestling.com. You can just be here next week because things are only going to get better, especially with Sky in the mix for the title.
He called a shot.
Oh, yeah.
Just like a baseball player. Came out with a stick, pointed, called his shot, and knocked it out.
So we're going to be seeing that match coming up soon. And we're also going to be seeing the Texas Girl Fight Massacre.
Yep, July 7th. We're going to see a lot of women that a lot of MPX addicts don't know, and a lot they do know. And, hey, they promise a massacre, so I'm excited.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be...
And even before that, though, like we talked about a little earlier, the 29th, June.
Oh, yes.
We've got
June
Jackson
29th.
Stone getting an MPX title shot. MPX's prodigal son has come home here at MPX, and he's getting what a lot of people say he should have got long ago, and that's his MPX title shot.
But he's going to be taking on, you know, from everything we've seen, he's going to be taking on another Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
The most recent Rookie of the Year, taking on Ryan Remington. So we're going to see which rookie is, you know, the best.
Exactly. It's going to be a great match. Something I'm looking forward to.
Oh, yeah. So get your tickets now at www.mpxwrestling.com and be here every Saturday night. Why would you be anywhere else?
You really shouldn't. MPX runs this town. And like I always say, support MPX, support your wrestlers, shake their hands, buy their merch, buy a t-shirt. The t-shirts are lovely. This is one of Baby D's newest ones. It's so great. Even wrestlers that aren't here, you know, we got Mock shirts when he's around. We've got Dallin Hyde shirts when he's around. I mean, and again, if it's something where you can't physically purchase a shirt, at least shake their hand and say thank you. They appreciate that just as much. And as always, show respect to the workers that are in this ring every single Saturday for us. It's wonderful.
They're putting their bodies on the line for you guys. So you know what? Love them, respect them. And of course, you can always catch our stuff too at, you know, certifiedwrestling.com, or you can catch us on YouTube for the Certified Mark, or, you know, catch us on Facebook.
Catch us Facebook. And then also, I know you love hearing my voice because I do. It's so great. MPX Radio is back. It's getting better since I've come on board and taken over a little. And I mean, seriously, go to Spotify, go to Apple Podcasts, go to Google Playlists. You're laughing because I said Spotify weird, aren't you? Yeah, it's Spotify. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. We're part of the Offshoots Network. It's great. We run down the shows. We talk about the future of MPX. We're pretty much two fans talking about what we love. Check it out, and as always, catch us here on the main line.
Chew the face, boo the heel, but always, always keep it kayfabe. Mark out, wrestling fans.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
You need me to pick the lock? Thank you, boss.
Safe travels.
The respect level. Learn it, Jake. Jesus. Boss. That is our boss.